Hi everyone, this is Liz with 143 Handmade, and I am here today to put together this journal that I'm going to use to keep my defemerember 2022 ephemera in. I did not participate last year. I watched a bunch of the videos last year, but I didn't participate. And so I'm going to give it a go this year. We'll see. So this is the journal that I have started. All I've done is gather the pages and shrink them all to the appropriate size, to work together. I thought it would be a good size. It fits nicely on my mat here, so visually it fits well on the camera. Big enough for the cards here. These are the freebies that they put out for using with this. See, the cards fit nicely on the page, no matter if it's, which direction they're facing. So, let's see. I was thinking that the next step is I should probably bind it together, because I have all my pages where I want them. So I'm going to go ahead and bind it real quick. I'm just going to do the simple 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Nothing fancy. Let's see, gotta switch this over, and I'm gonna have to reline up my pages because I had to switch this over. See, I don't want the biggest one, I want the smaller hole. Let me get my pages realigned. I'm not really worried about up and down too much on most of the pages, but there are a couple pages that are close, and so I don't want them sticking out. Okay, there we go. Right down in the valley and punch. Cool. And then another one right up here. Oh no, about an inch down, maybe not quite an inch. And punch. And come around to this other end. And again, about an inch. Oh, slid off the center there. Nope, slow. That one's just being a little fussy. Let's see, there we go. Okay, that'll work. And I'm just gonna use this jute or hemp, yeah. 1, 2, and 3. 3 times the height or so. It depends on how long you want your dangles. I'm going to go ahead and cut a little generous so that way I've got some dangles to work with. And let's see, I'll find my center again. My hole's not quite on the seam there, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. This is just for me. This is just an idea tracker for me, so it doesn't have to be perfect. They're called journals for a reason, right? Right. No, usually I get quite a lot more obsessive about that being correct, but right now I just want to do something quick and easy. I just want to have fun, play with some paper, get ready for the daily prompts. I've never done a daily before, so I figured it would be a good time to give it a try. Come on. But I've had kind of a long day. It's Tuesday night. Well, no, actually it's Wednesday morning. Let's see. Where'd that center hole go? There it is. So, but it's way late. I had kind of a long day. Went shopping in town with my daughter. Well, my daughter took me to town, and then we met my husband. And so I got to the store with her, but left with him. Just because that's the way it worked better. Because she had other errands that she wanted to go run. So she took off and did that. I was buying fabric for my niece's Christmas present. She's requested a quilt. I have made her a couple before. And but she asked for another in specific colors this time. So you know, I had to go buy. This time I couldn't just pull from my stash because, you know, didn't have enough of the right colors. So we went shopping and I got that and came home and had dinner, and then I worked on that for a while, cutting the fabric, prepping the fabric, playing with it, pretty much just playing with fabric because, you know, it was new and I was trying to get, because I know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do a stack and whack type quilt. And for those of you that quilt, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you that don't, there are a million videos out there on stack and whack. And I hope to put out some more sewing, well, not just more, but some videos of how I quilt, because I'm really not a seamstress. I don't precision anything, and I thought for the longest time that meant that I could not sew anything because I don't have the precision that you see on, you know, like Missouri Star Quilting Company. They do beautiful things. I wish I could quilt like they do, but I just can't. I can't create that kind of stuff. I mean, I know they say, oh, well, anybody can do it. No, not just anybody can do it. You have to be able to sew a straight line. And that's really hard for me, apparently. That's just outside of my abilities, apparently. So, but I didn't want to let that stop me, and so I went ahead and started quilting and sewing and doing little pillows and things like that. You know, growing up, I watched my mom and my grandma sew clothes. You know, beautiful dresses. They both sewed wedding dresses over the years at one point or another. And so I thought, there's no way. I can't sew because I can't sew like them. No, that's not the case. I'm just not a precision sewist. I can sew, just not, you know. I'm not going to be creating any wedding dresses. That ain't going to happen. But, that's okay. That doesn't mean that I can't make a quilt, you know, and I may not be able to do all the super, you know, amazing precision piecing pieces that, you know, some people can do, but I can create a quilt even without being able to sew a perfectly straight line. Okay, so what I've done is I've just done the simple in and out instead of just like the normal pamphlet stitch. Instead of starting in the middle, though, I started at the top so that way my dangles hang from the top, because I decided to make these a little bit long and let them dangle. And my knot's just not wanting to stay taut while I get this other one pulled down. Oh, there it goes. I did it, yay! Okay, and then I'm gonna do another just to really be sure. Okay, there we go. Take my needle off of here, put it back in here so I don't misplace it. And then hide it from my kitties. Because that's what half my life is hiding stuff from cats. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So anyway, so that's put together. And then I thought I would take the prompt list here and decorate the covers a little bit with some of the stuff from the top. This is not exactly how it comes free on their website. This is a copy of the one I had already played with a little bit. Because I wanted the other one to go in a different memory journal. So, but I'm going to tear this down. Just right on those edges. But, I don't know if this quilt will make it onto video, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try tomorrow. I'm gonna try and record some stuff tomorrow. We'll see. You'll get to see my cats a lot in those videos if I manage to do it, because they are all over me when I sew stuff. So, just part of why I do not sew for sale. I don't sell anything that I sew because it's because of my cats, and I don't want. So many people have allergies or don't know that they have allergies or, you know, whatever. And so, or they hear that, you know, you have cats and they figure, oh, well, you can't possibly do anything clean anymore. So, you know, it's just not worth it. But let's see, I thought I would take this banner across the front, or across the top, I mean, and tear it down because it's a little bit wide, so I gotta tear it again. And all of this is going to end up on the cover. Just going to have to put it on here in pieces. So the pages from this journal, though, I was wanting to mention before I cover them up too much, is from a landscaping book. You know, and they're shiny pages, but they have all these really cool natural images of ways to design landscapes, you know. And since their theme, it's a December challenge, but it's not a Christmas challenge. And they each made each other a journal in the nature theme. And so I kind of, you know, went with that, but this is just a journal for myself. I would love to have a journal swap buddy. That would be cool. Like they did. And you could tell by watching their videos how much that meant to each other. You can tell they have a really beautiful friendship on top of the junk journals that they share. Oh, that's a little, my binding's a little loose. It'll be okay. That'll just allow for a little bit of growth. This is a page out of one of those old ideals. And I just thought it was too cute. These pigs running around, the kids trying to chase the pigs, because we raise pigs, and we don't have any at the moment, but we've raised several batches of pigs for meat, and they have all gotten out. Well, not all, but they, you know, some of them have gotten out, and it is quite a challenge to get them back in sometimes. So we've had some of those moments. And then I just love these beautiful rock formations, these edgings and whatnot. And so, and then a little map, you know. But look at the back side of that map page, how pretty. And so, and then I added this. This is a coloring book page that I added as well. But yeah, the bulk of it, these big pages are the thicker pages are from a landscaping book, and they may have shiny pages or shiny, you know, shiny paper, but I don't mind that for a lot of things. I know that that's not really the look people are looking to purchase, so I don't really use that for that. But I think some of these images are just absolutely beautiful. I was thinking about attaching that like so. So that way the natural elements still show through, but it kind of covers up this weird, well, I don't know, it just says features, so I don't know, I don't really want to cover that up. That's just so pretty, you know, so I'm trying to, you know, add my stuff in there without covering up my pretties too much. Let's see, I want to go ahead and ink it up. Scrub that, and chocolate, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera. Go ahead and double check that everything's good. Yep, looks like everything's good. So I'm gonna go ahead, and this is Close to My Heart chocolate. This is an old pad, but it still works great, as you can see. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why go buy, you know, more inks when I have what I need? And let's see. Let's grab something. Where's my scratch paper? Okay, there we go. Not really scratch, but this is what I've been using to ink on. Because sometimes when you just do the flippy on the edges, you get those round marks. I just want to diminish those a little bit. There we go. See, now that round mark's a lot more blended in. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on this guy, but I'm just going to do it flat to give with. See that circle? That's what I'm talking about. You know, by starting off the page and then moving on to the paper, you eliminate that circle. For the most part, that harsh line. You know, so Just curious how many of you are going to participate in the defemerember. How many of you have even heard of it? You know, curious. I know right now most of my viewers are also fellow junk journalers. You know, people that make their own. So I don't know what it will be in, you know, 5 years when this video is still up, but right now most of my followers are in fact junk journalers. So hopefully that won't always be true. I love you junk journalers. You know, don't get me wrong. I love my fans right now. I love you guys. You know, every subscriber, every watch minute matters right now, and it will always matter, you know. But what I meant by that was that I hope to do other crafts. So I hope to have followers of a couple of different genres. So that would be something else you could give me your 2 cents about, is do you prefer channels that stick to one topic, or do you prefer channels where they're kind of more life channels where they just kind of include you in their life and whatever crafty stuff they're doing and whatnot, and they share all of it. Which do you like? I like both. You know, both are good. I don't think that there's, you know, I've been watching a bunch of videos on how to have a YouTube channel and whatnot lately, and I think that the main thing that I've taken from them is just, it's one of those life lessons that's just so true, and you just keep running into it again and again as an adult. And that is, it just depends. It does. It just depends. There's so many different ways to have a YouTube channel. So no one way is going to be right for everybody. But I am curious as to what you guys, how you guys feel about it right now. And yeah, I'm leaving that kind of rolled over on purpose. Add a little bit of grunge to the cover, a little bit of dimension. So, there we go. I'll close this up before I stick my hand in it. I'm very good at sticking the side of my hand in my ink pads. So, let's see, there's that. And I was wanting to round the corners. Maybe. Yeah, that's on my wish list this year, is the crocodile corner chomper. Because it just seems like it can chomp through, you know, a lot, and it's a different action than this one, you know. It's the, you know, more of a handheld thingy. So there's that, and then I thought I would, because this is, again, it's too wide for my journal that I've chosen here, or made, actually, not chosen, but, you know, the size that I chose. So I'm going to go ahead and tear those in half. Or, well, not in half, but, you know, whatever. Open this up, and let's see. Don't really want to cover that stuff up. So, let's see. What if we were to put that there? And put this piece here. Yeah. I mean, I don't love that it's, let's see, covering up so much of that fishies. Let's see if we can shrink that down just a little bit. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take this off too, because I know what it is. And that gets it just that little bit further up. I need to round that corner. So I already rounded it, and it obviously struggled, so I don't really want to try and do that in there. Yeah, see, that shows off most of those fishies. And then I can put this guy in here, like so. And then we've got these, I could even put that there, or just all right like that. And then, yeah, I'll stick those guys up in that corner. So yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Wait, do I want to make that a pocket? Do I just want to glue it down? I think because it's on the cover, I'm just going to glue it down. Add a little bit of bulk to the cover. This is the first cover like this I've done. This is just a super quick, simple journal. It doesn't really have a true cover, but it is, you know, heavyweight cardstock on the outside, and I've got several layers that I'm gluing on to help reinforce it. Something's bumpy over there. Oh, it's my stringies. You know, so if I decide it needs a cover, then, you know, I can always go add another cover, you know, add something else, because it's not like it's hard to take out the 3-hole stitch, especially since I ended up messing up a little bit and getting it a little bit on the loose side, so it'd be easier to pull out if I decide to do that. But you'll be seeing this journal a lot in the month of December if you watch my channel. Like I said, I'm going to try and do this every day, but I don't know what time they're going to put their videos out, but I'm guessing it'll probably be in the morning. And so I'm going to watch their videos first and then record mine. So mine might come out like a day late, like the one for the first prompt might come out on the second, you know, depending on my upload speed, because sometimes my videos do take a very long time to upload. It's just, you know, one of the perks of living in the country. You know, you just don't have the same kind of cell phone, internet, any of that, all of that. It's all different than what y'all city folk have. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, I grew up in Sacramento, California, but I've lived here in Oklahoma most of my adult life. My husband and I moved here shortly after getting married and onto family land, and we've been happy here ever since. We love where we live. So I do dream about Alaska to some degree. I do. But let's see. Which way do I want to put this? Square, but kind of staggered maybe. Yeah, I like that. Let's see. I want to put a little something there though. This guy is just a little plain. Yeah, that'll be great. Here's my scissors. Actually, let's do it this way. So, you know, but we had, yeah, the first house that we bought was in Sacramento, California. You know, had internet, had computers, you know, the whole bit. So there is a huge difference and you know, between Sacramento City, you know, the heart of Sacramento, and rural Oklahoma. And I mean, of course I knew there would be when we moved here, but I think a lot of people don't really grasp, and I know I didn't. I knew it was going to be way different, but I really had no idea what to expect when we moved. I mean, we had come for a visit and all of that, and so, like, you know, I knew I wanted to move here, but there are some things that you just can't prepare for. You just have to learn on the fly. Learn as you go, you know? Like today, this is something that would never have ever happened in California. I went to the store. It was over 70 degrees when I walk into the store. I walk into the store, I'm over a little bit warm, you know, not hot or anything, but a little bit warm. Got a t-shirt on, you know. I come back out of the store, and I mean, I was not in the store for very long, maybe 2 hours, and that's only because I was picking out fabric, which takes forever. color matching, and then they didn't have what I needed, and I had to wait for somebody to cut it, you know, so it was a thing. And let's see, do I want to put fabric under this guy too? No, I don't think so, because it is a different color. But anyway, so like not even 2 hours later, I come out of the store, right? It was 73 degrees when I walked in the store. I know, because I looked at my phone as I was going in, and it's right there on the front. Because I was messaging my husband to let him know that we were in town. And then we come back out of the store, and I am freezing by the time we get to the car. Like, shivering. Fists balled up, like, tight to the side, you know, shivering, cold. You know, that's just, it would not happen. There was a 40-degree temperature drop. Not in that 2 hours time, but there was expected to be a 40-degree temperature drop between the high yesterday and the low tonight. So, like, in like a 12-hour span of time, the temperature dropped 40 degrees. That doesn't happen in California. At least not consistently, like it does here in Oklahoma. That's one of those little things that, like, you know, you're aware of, you know, on a level. But, like, when you actually, it's not until you actually experience it that you fully comprehend, you know, and all of that. So, but yeah, so now I have my journal set up, you know, this cover with all these beautiful natural things on it, the you know, prompt, or not prompt, the header, defemerember, defemerember, okay, defemerember, got it? Excuse you, sweetie. That was my sweetie. She's an older cat, and she's got severe allergies, so she sneezes everywhere all the time. Thankfully, it's not like projectile, it's just loud. But, okay, so I've got that all set up. Okay, and then also I decided to gather all my pieces here. Done. Put all this in next to me. Okay, so these are the freebies that you can go and get on their website. I know it's only Louisa Heinzel's website, because that's where I got mine from. I'm sure that 49 Dragonflies, Barbara, has something as well. But these are the freebies that they are going to be using one of these every single day. And so I had thought about going ahead and cutting them out. As you can see, I had started doing that on this page. But then I decided not to, just in case, because I don't know which one's going to be used each day, and like what the prompt's going to be, what I'm going to decide to do that day, and all of that. And so some of them I might want, and I'll have to print out more copies, obviously, to make this happen. But like for the owl one, I may end up, you know, folding it and turning it into a notebook, you know, or a flip out. And so I would need this extra, you know, paper already attached to it. So that's why I decided not to cut them out yet. But there's those, and then I have just a little bit of coffee stained paper, but then I also have these out of an old field guide, and these are animal tracks. And since the theme is nature and animals, I thought that, you know, I might end up using some of these in here. But, you know, and let's see. Oh, I have this little bit of tracing paper that got a little torn, but I thought that might be fun. And then, let's see. As you can see on the prompt list, the first one is mason jar and fluff. So, like I said earlier, I went to the store today. Well, I went to the Walmart to get fabric. That's where we went first. And then I couldn't find all the fabric I wanted and had to go over to Hobby Lobby. Didn't think about looking for mason jar anything while I was at Walmart. But while I was at Hobby Lobby, I went looking for mason jar stickers or cutouts or a stamp or something. I could not find anything. So I came home and I dug through my stuff and I found these 2 stickers that are mason jars. That's it. That's all I could find. So those are here waiting for the first prompt. My 2 whole stickers. Thankfully this is not a graded project or anything. Just here for inspiration. And so, so I just stuck those in there to have them ready. And as far as fluff goes, I have this whole set of drawers right here next to me that is full of fluffy things. Lace and some ribbon and some yarn. Let's see. There's a good chance that this stuff is going to be my fluff. Because I love it so much. It's just so easy to work with. You know, it's funny though, because I find this stuff super fussy to work with as a crocheter or knitter. I don't like using it, but as a junk journaler, I love using it. So it just, you know, it depends on what hat you have on each day, right? What you enjoy. And actually, that would make it really cute. I can bind it with that. I could add a string of that to the binding. Oh, I might do that. Because with the dangles, I'm not going to be able to put it on a shelf anyways, because the cats, you know. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Well, not an open shelf anyways. I have a couple of glass covered shelves that I do use. But anyways, enough rambling. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I don't normally ramble on so much about nothing, but you know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's late. I'm tired. That's just kind of how it works sometimes. So I hope you join us for the collab, defemerember. And as it says, you know, just don't forget to share on social media using the hashtag. And there's going to be goodies, freebies, and giveaway. I have no idea what any of that is. I'm not hosting. I'm just going to participate. So it's going to be news to me, just like you guys, if you guys check it out. So yeah, that'll be it. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much.